Welcome back to English 4.0, the radio show. Let's go! Intermediate. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the program. Welcome to Intermediate class number 168. We'll get started, as always, with a little review. And we can start here by talking about mi humor, my mood. What kind of mood? Ask me if I'm in a good mood. Kyle, are you in a good mood? Yeah, I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. Ask me if I'm in the mood to record a radio show. Kyle, are you in the mood to record a radio show? Yes, I am. I'm in the mood, we say. When we feel like doing something, we say we're in the mood for that thing. I'm in the mood to record a radio show. Or I'm in the mood. I'm hungry. I'm in the mood for food. I said yesterday, we talked about the pronunciation mood, mood, and food. But if you're hungry, you can say to your friend, imagine you're going out to dinner, what are you in the mood for? Are you in the mood for Chinese food? Are you in the mood for pizza? Are you in the mood for a hamburger? Are you in the mood for fish? Are you in the mood for beef? What are you in the mood for? To be in the mood for something. We say to feel like it. What do you feel like having? We can say as well. What are you in the mood for? Now, of course, to be in a good mood, to be in a bad mood. I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a very good mood today, actually. I'm always usually when I'm on the radio, I'm in a good mood. I think I take after my mother. My mother always seems to be in a good mood. My mother's never angry. She's always in a good mood. Yeah, it's interesting. I have seen my mother in a bad mood very few times in my life, really. My aunts and uncles always say that. They say, Kyle, your mother's never in a bad mood. She's always in a good mood. She's a very cheerful person. She's always in a good mood. So to be in a good mood. ¿Estás de buen humor hoy? Are you in a good mood today? Are you in a good mood today? Yes, I'm in a good mood. To be in a good mood. I'm in a good mood today. And so remember, mood, the oo, and then we have good, good mood. So many different possible double O sounds. Food, mood, good. Then we have blood, sangre, blood. The double O in cook. Cocinar, un cocinero también. Cook. And door, D-O-O-R. So many different possible pronunciations. And so it just goes to prove that in English, yes, we have different pronunciation possibilities for the vowel sounds. And the O, the double O, is a perfect example of that. All right, let's move on now and practice here with the use of the article an before adjectives. So I was talking about this yesterday, and the idea of adjectives. We use the article an. Remember when we have a vowel sound, not necessarily a vowel, but a vowel sound. So this is also true with the adjectives. The adjectives that appear before a noun. An interesting speech. What an interesting speech. We can't say what interesting. No, what an interesting speech. So if we have, for example, F, he works for the FBI. He works for the FBI. He's an FBI agent. We could say he's an FBI agent. He's an MBA student. He's an MBA student. There, the M, but M. It sounds like EM. M. Okay? That's an R-rated movie. An R-rated movie. Okay, and then we have, for example, S. They sent out an SOS signal. They were in distress. They sent out an SOS signal. All right. So going back to the idea of adjectives, because SOS signal, or to be an MBA student, you're using these as adjectives. Let's focus on some questions. I'll ask you some questions. Have you read an interesting book lately? Yes, I've read an interesting book lately. Have they found an ideal solution? Have they found an ideal solution? Yes, they've found an ideal solution. Did the match have an exciting ending? Yes, the match had an exciting ending. Did they reach an obvious conclusion? An obvious conclusion? Yes, they reached an obvious conclusion. Was she the most intelligent, or was she an intelligent student? Yes, she was an intelligent student. Okay, so I don't think this is very difficult, but here we have the vowel sound. So when we're putting the article before the vowel sound, the indefinite article, a or an, we have to use an if we have, well, we have the, like I said, the vowel sound, we have to use an. Okay, we can't say before the vowel sound. Do you think that was an interesting point? Yeah, I think so, Kyle. I think that was an interesting point. I think it was an interesting point because we always think about the article before the noun, but very often when we're putting an adjective there, it's important to remember that the same rule applies and we say an instead of when we're putting that article there. All right, let's move on now and take a look at our word of the day. Word of the day. Our word of the day today is the verb to hinder. ¿Cómo? Hinder, yes, H-I-N-D-E-R, which is entorpecer, to hinder, to hinder. For example, smoking as a child will hinder your growth. It can hinder your growth. So it can limit, for example, it can limit and it can prevent you from growing properly. Smoking can hinder your growth. Having a bad diet can also hinder your growth. Not studying will hinder your improvement when it comes to learning English. You won't improve unless you study. Speaking Spanish all the time will hinder your improvement with English. If you go to the UK, or if you go to Canada or the United States to practice your English, well, speaking Spanish all the time with other students is just going to hinder that. It's a shame, and I've met so many people that said, oh, yeah, I went to England for a year, or I went to Dublin. And they all come back and say, oh, I had a great time. I had a lot of fun. But I didn't learn very much because their learning experience was hindered, and they don't say it because they don't know the word usually, but their learning experience was hindered by the fact that I knew too many Spanish people, and I spoke in Spanish all the time. So to get the most out of that experience, you have to spend time with native English speakers. So if you do go abroad, find activities to do in the community, not just with your fellow students, but find things to do socially in Dublin or in London, and there are plenty, and find ways to associate and deal with native English speakers, okay? Because spending all your time with other Spaniards is just going to hinder, it's going to limit or reduce your improvement with English, okay? And then it'll take much longer to learn. The process will be much more difficult. So there we have the verb to hinder, H-I-N-D-E-R, hinder. All right, now as we move on here in class number 168, we see once again time to practice regular verbs. Again, yes, again, regular verbs. We've looked at the hard D sound. Every day I arrive. Yesterday I arrived. We've looked at the T sound. Every day I cross. Yesterday I crossed the street. And we've looked at the additional syllable sound. Every day I avoid. Yesterday I avoided. So remember, if the infinitive ends in T or D, we get an extra syllable in the past. Avoided. Okay? Otherwise, there's no extra syllable. When we have the infinitive ending in a K, we use the T sound. Ask, asked. Or also an S. Cross, crossed. Okay? Also the SH. Sh, sh. Push, pushed. Or the CH. Watch becomes watched. Otherwise, we use the hard D sound. Every day I cry, yesterday I cried. Every day I earn, yesterday I earned. Okay, so let's practice a little bit with this. I will say a verb, and we'll just focus, just like what I've been doing. I'll say every day I, and I'll say the verb, and I want you to say the proper pronunciation in the past. Okay? And then I will give you the answer. But say it out loud, en voz alta, okay, out loud. I say that all the time, out loud. Okay, so the first one, every day I gain. Like ganar, like to gain experience, for example. Every day I gain. Yesterday, I gained. Good. Now that's the D, the hard D. Every day I own. Yesterday, ¿cómo es? I owned. Very good. Every day I pick. Yesterday, I picked. When I'm in Canada, I pick blueberries. In September, if I'm in my hometown in September, I go to my mother's town in the north of my province and pick blueberries. I didn't pick blueberries last year because I wasn't there. But my parents went to pick blueberries, arándanos, wild blueberries from the forest, delicious. If you're ever in eastern Canada, I recommend you try the wild blueberries. Fantastic. Every day I push. Yesterday I pushed. Very good. Every day I explain. Yesterday I explained. Every day I invite. Yesterday I invited. Very good. Every day I lift. Yesterday, I lifted. Excellent. Every day I smile. That's true. I try to smile because I'm usually in a good mood, like I said. When I'm in a good mood, I smile. Every day I smile. Yesterday, I smiled. There we go with the hard D. I smiled. Every day I reach. I extend my arm to reach across the table. I reach. Yesterday, I reached. Very good. Reached. Excellent. Every day I rest. Oh, a T sound. So every day I rest. Yesterday I rested. Every day I study. It's a good idea. Every day I study. And yesterday I studied. Good. I studied. One more. Every day I talk. The K sound. So yesterday I talked. Talked. All right. Very good. Very good. Good job. It's very important that you participate out loud, practicing out loud as we work through these drills. As always, let's move on now and take a look at our vocabulary of the day. Vocabulary of the day. Yes, it is time, friends, ladies and gentlemen, for the vocabulary of the day. And our first word today is graduarse. Graduarse, which is to graduate. To graduate. Yeah, so you can graduate, for example, from university or from high school. To graduate. Cerrar con llave. Cerrar con llave, to lock. To lock. And the llave is, of course, the key. So you put the key into the lock and you turn the key to lock the door. And the opposite, of course, is to unlock. Okay. Proporcionar. Suministrar. To supply. To supply. Apagar. With the switch, of course, to switch off. Switch off the lights before you leave. Please switch off the computer. We can, of course, say turn off as well. Switch off implies physically moving that switch. Switch off. Triplicar. Ooh, interesting. Triplicar. To triple. To triple. Yes. Yep, it's 3 times as much because we tripled it. We tripled our spending, or we tripled our learning. We tripled our exposure to the English language by listening and by reading and by speaking, instead of doing just one. It's to triple, triplicar, to triple. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to move on to our last point for today's class, which is a practice with personal pronouns. Personal pronouns, and we have some good examples in the student guide. Dame el mío. Give me mine. Give me mine. Dale a él el suyo. Give him his. Danos el nuestro. Give us ours. Okay? A few more. So en voz alta, enséñale a ella el de ellos. Show her, eso es, show her theirs. Enséñanos el de ella. Show us hers. Os enseñaré el de él. I'll show you his. Enséñales el vuestro. Show, ¿cómo es en voz alta? Show them el vuestro. Yours. Yours. Okay. Dáselo a él si es suyo. Give it to him if it's his. Dáselo a ella si es suyo. Give it to her if it's hers. Dánoslo si es nuestro. En voz alta. Give it to us if it's ours. Dáselo a ellos si es suyo. Give it to them if it's theirs. Pídemelo. Ask me for it. Ask me for it. Ask me for it. We say. All right, I'm going to stop now because we're out of time. We have run out of time, so I will stop and take a break. But we'll practice more with this tomorrow. It's a good exercise. Very important to practice with these pronouns. Let's take a break. I'll be back in a few minutes with the advanced portion of today's class, so please keep listening. I hope you've enjoyed the show. If you have any questions, feel free to write in, either through the website, Von Radio, or, of course, the website, vaughaningles.com, through your tutor, if you're a student in the course. We're here to help you. So be sure to keep studying, stay motivated, keep working, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.